Okay. Instead of writing a big long comment, I'm just gonna throw up this video on YouTube and then link it to some places around the web. So I got a thing on Facebook telling me to join this, stop the mauling of Wrigleyville, mauling, Malling. And, just went to a couple quick links around the webs, Chicago Now and all this. And, I guess it's my fault. They say that there were, 17 public um, hearings, but I guess, I was kind of clueless and, to be honest with you, I don't live in that neighborhood, so I guess probably hearing that there were public hearings, I didn't check them out, being that I'm not from that neighborhood. But, I just took a little look at the thing, and I guess I want to say these things. First of all, when I moved to the city, 1990, August of 1997, I did live in Wrigleyville. I lived at Grace and Kenmore, and it was a block away from Wrigley Field, and I loved it. And I lived there for about 3 years. And I was drinking at the time, but I wasn't crazy, sloppy, insane. Um, and I did love the neighborhood, and I did love living there. And because of that, um, because I am a Cubs fan, I have always kind of defended Wrigleyville. I know a lot of people hate it, and I know a lot of people rip on it, and they, rip on Cubs fans, and they rip on Wrigleyville and all of that. And I've always kind of defended it. I love the energy there. I love the energy of the place when there's a Cubs game, and when I lived there, there were some things that you had to adjust to. If I wanted to go grocery shopping on a Saturday, I didn't move my car when there was a Cubs game. You kind of had to schedule some things around that, but so what? I guess was my take on that. I loved living there and I loved all of that. That said, in the 13 years I've lived in the city, Wrigleyville has massively changed. In that 97, I moved in August of 97, and in 98, that was the year of the home run race. And in 98, I could still come off the Addison Red Line, walk off on a Monday night or a Tuesday night, and buy a ticket to the game still. I could walk up and buy a $10 ticket and have really good seats and watch a game. And I don't know if it was the home run race or what happened, but and I believe that year we did get to that one game playoff game. It wasn't really, it was an extra game to the season, to beat the San Francisco Giants to get into the playoffs, and then we got swept by the Atlanta Braves. Boo. Anyway, Dusty Baker was actually the coach of the Giants that year. And and I don't know if that's what it was, if and that's kind of built up some momentum or what it was, but things after that sort of started to change. There was some momentum around the Cubs, and there were more fans, and ticket prices went up, and all of that. But this was when the Wrigleyville Tap, which was right next to the Metro, still existed, and it was pretty awesome. And they had a great jukebox, and Tuscany was still there on the corner, and Bernie's still was like this ratty old blue and white. And it had that blue and white awning and all of that, and there wasn't a John Barleycorn Wrigleyville, and there was still a Wishing Well laundromat where the Chase is now, and there's a lot of things that don't exist at this point in time. There wasn't a Heaven on Seven that then turned into some whatever it is now, some German place, and so I mean I've watched already Wrigleyville turn into a much more crowded place, much more populated place. There's still the wild hare, and there's still uh, sluggers and the dueling pianos, and there's still the Cubby Bear. I mean, and Sports Corner, but now that's all redone. High Tops has moved. I've watched that neighborhood change quite a bit. Some of the things are still the same, but a lot of them aren't. And and there has been a large amount of traffic that has increased there, and with that traffic has come a lot of problems. I'm not going to lie, I've seen a lot more, you know Saturday night in Wrigleyville, and especially Saturday night in summer. There is an extra like amount of energy and tension and drunkenness that not that it was never there, it was always there, but it seems to have increased tenfold. Um, but this proposed structure and hotel and all of this, like that area down at North, from North and Clybourne to North and Sheffield, it's basically like it's a mall. It's an outdoor mall. You know what I mean? Like all the stores, you enter from the outside. You can enter from the inside as well. But um, and even I guess Clark and Diversity as well. There's some of that malling down there as well. It's like, you know what? Part of the charm and part of the wonderfulness of the city is that you can have, individual stores and independent stores, and we do already have our share of Best Buys and Home Depots and Targets. I love Target. I do. I love the Target. Um, and there's another new one going up in Wilson Yard, and there's a part of me that's like, yay, more convenient. But we're fooling ourselves if we think that, those aren't malls when they're just on the outside like that, you know just because they're not huge and indoor like Woodfield or Oak Brook or wherever. I mean, I try to stay away from those, Fox Valley and Aurora or wherever. They're malls. They're still malls. They look a little different, and I guess this one's gonna have parking too. And Wrigleyville's already getting a little samey, that weird wood front with the gold, Irishy look. That's not really Irish. I'm sure pubs like that don't look like that in Ireland, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Casey O'Halloran's and Jimmy O Drinky and all of that. That Wrigleyville's looking a little samey the way it is, and a pizza joint on every corner. Again, me likey the pizza, but you know, or a taqueria on every joint on every corner. Again, love the Mexican, uh, late night taco, but um, I just don't. It's a little. We're already at the saturation point, I feel like. So I can't imagine, like, really? Do you really want to come down to Clark and Addison to go to a Best Buy on a Saturday? Is that really what you want to do? And what happens when there's a Cubs game? Is that really where you want to go? Especially at the expense of kicking out IO? I mean, I can't tell you. I was actually shocked. I didn't really realize this, but over the years, the number of people that I have met who have moved here from throughout the country, Mississippi, New York, Iowa, Kansas, California, Michigan, I mean, just all over the place, have moved to Chicago to study improv, both at Second City and IO, and to get like doing both of each one of those programs. Moving to Chicago specifically to study improvisation. And so is that what you want to do? Is that you want to take away a part of that, or you want to move it from where it's been for years? Seems like a bad idea to me, especially at the expense, especially to put in stuff that has no value. I mean, what I mean by that is that Best Buy is Best Buy no matter where you put it. It just is. And again, as much as I love myself an Apple store, they're putting a brand new one in North and Clybourne, right off a red line. It doesn't increase anything to put another one on the Addison red line. It's not like, oh, we can't get to any Apple stores in the city of Chicago. You know? And as far as like someone commented on Chicago now about like this area needs a property tax hike, increasing the value of the area. Did someone give you a crack pipe before you said that? I'm sure Wrigleyville has plenty of value in that area, and I don't know that anyone in that area wants their property taxes hiked. Anyway, I think it's a bad idea, and I don't think we need any more mauling of anywhere in Chicago or America. So, there you go.